Hi, I'm Bradley, a senior visual designer on the material design team.
And I'm Liam, a senior interaction designer on Material. Material design has evolved from a fixed system into a flexible, customizable foundation that empowers you to build beautiful and thoughtful products and truly make material your own. In this session, we'll explore how product teams can use our expressive design updates and new customization capabilities to build your own unique design systems on top of Material's research-driven, accessible, and functional UX layer.
You will learn how to apply your bespoke design language while staying anchored to the systematic reliability that makes material an industry standard. Material is no longer an all-or-nothing choice. Join us to discover how to bring your unique ideas to life without breaking the material connection.
Since the beginning of material design, we've provided a beautiful and usable visual design language and a solid design system that establishes interaction patterns and behaviors on Android and beyond. At its debut in 2014, there was a strong need for a rigid design system with clear instructions to establish norms and consistency on Android and across apps.
Year over year, the material design system has evolved with new ideas and emerging product needs, adding components, variations, and new features, most recently with our Material 3 expressive design launches. Now in 2026, design systems are mature, and teams are pushing product design in exciting new directions. However, material design is often still seen as a fixed visual language, leading designers to ask, how can I truly customize material to reflect my brand identity?
We started to answer this question by introducing theming, a way to adopt custom properties through a visual theme for your app. And we gave makers more choices through our expressive design updates, with brand new components like Toolbar and more component variants so designers had more options to realize their design ideas.
We saw a growing trend, makers wanting to stretch our components as far as they could go and exploring more and more custom UI solutions. We heard you. This was a clear signal to change how we deliver the design system, to support your ideas and keep them connected to the material foundation. So we asked a question, what if we evolved the design system itself, making the component catalog flexible enough that you could fundamentally make it your own without sacrificing its core reliability?
While designers and developers want to adhere to Material's foundation, their unique brand and new product ideas often require visual directions that we can't always predict. Consequently, many developers base their design systems on Material, but find themselves forking our components to achieve these specific design intents.
When you fork, you break your connection to the material foundation. This cuts the component off from automatic updates to essential features like accessibility, functional logic, and new behaviors, all for the sake of a stylistic change. For designers, this is like detaching a component from a Figma library.
Our goal is to reduce the need to fork so you can create beautiful, premium, and deeply branded apps while allowing you to reuse as much of the Material design system as possible. Soon, we're integrating Material components with the new experimental Jetpack Compose Styles API to enable deeper, more powerful visual customization than ever before.
These updates allow you to move beyond material defaults to build premium, engaging experiences that reflect your brand. We're making customizability easier, letting you bring your design language into material while staying anchored to our functional foundation. Now let's walk through an example of how you can make material your own.
This is one of our Material studies, Shrine. Shrine uses a calming, muted peach color palette, but the designer wants to customize some of the app's components to make them feel subtle and more dimensional, like this promotional button in the middle of the screen. The designer loves the expressive shape morph that comes with our buttons, but wants to add custom shadows and a subtle animated background that make the button feel more present in the interface and help it draw a bit more attention. Since the button doesn't support these effects out of the box, the engineering team would currently have to fork the component and build the functionality from scratch. When they fork, this component immediately loses the ability to receive future material updates. The team is now burdened with maintaining this custom component, forcing them to manually rebuild all the underlying functional and accessibility logic that material design would provide for free. With Styles, the team can now implement this specific visual change without forking. They remain attached to material, guaranteeing seamless future updates and new features.
Next, let's look at another material study, Achieve, an app for setting and completing goals. Its core brand focuses on motivating users through fun and positive visual feedback, making users feel rewarded when they complete a task. This custom aesthetic is fundamental to their user experience. Achieve's designers want completing a task to feel special and highly rewarding. To achieve this, they need to replace the standard material ripple effect with a specific custom animation that is a hallmark of their unique design system. Using styles, they can create this custom visual effect while maintaining all of Material's functional basics, like pressed and focus states and accessibility support. Now the team can focus on creating a high-polish, custom visual that suits their brand, without having to rebuild the component's foundations. Here's another example. This is a sample app, Clip, an audio recording app. One hallmark of their design system is the use of oversized graphic components to create a bold look that's distinct and easy to use. With Material Design's recent expressive update, the design team has new components and more size variants to experiment with to achieve the look they're going for. Previously, Clip's designers were limited to the size variants Material provided, and other components often had no size variants at all. Now with styles, they can more easily modify the size, shape, and inner spacing directly to create truly bespoke designs that perfectly fit their bold aesthetic.
Soon you'll have the freedom to push your brand and design language in bold new directions without the fear of breaking the Material connection. You'll be able to expand and evolve your unique aesthetic while staying anchored to the rigorous research, accessibility standards, and functional reliability that keeps Material components best in class. You no longer have to choose between standout brand identity and the built-in usability gains of Material. With Material components integration with styles, you'll get the ability to create what you need without forking, along with consistent accessibility and usability.
These updates are coming soon to Material components. Follow along on our Material Design site and learn more about styles in Jetpack Compose on our Android developer site. Please share your work and feedback with us using the hashtag M3Expressive on socials or by tagging Google Design on Instagram and X.
And be sure to check out the technical deep dive by Material Engineering. With these upcoming capabilities, we're looking forward to seeing what you come up with when you make Material your own.